Hello and welcome to today's video. Now today you join me in T3 at Manchester Airport. Now our first flight today is to Charleroi on Ryanair 737 MAX. So once I got through security, I found a seat near a window and did some plane spotting. Not before too long, our plane arrived in from Rome. Now our aircraft today is a 737-8 MAX, registration 9H-YUG, a 5.5-year-old airframe at the time of recording. Once the aircraft was deemed boarded, we went down to get on board. Now once we got on board the aircraft, we were greeted by a very interesting choice of boarding music. Then we got to our seat, which is 22A for this flight. Once the boarding music started to annoy me, we pushed back for Charleroi.
The exits are located on both.
Once we'd pushed back and I made sure all the screws were still in the wing, we made our way from runway 23 left at Manchester Airport. Today's flight took us down south past London, then across the Channel, descending down into Charleroi. Now the seat on today's flight isn't very impressive, it's just one of the old bog-standard seats. At the top, an advertisement, then with the safety card and the tray table folds out. So overall, this is a pretty good seat, and it's what you would expect with Ryanair. As I wondered what this man on the safety car was trying to do, we made our descent down the Charleroi. Once we'd landed, we had to listen to the horrendous boarding music again before we could deboard the aircraft. Once I got away from the horrendous music, I was sandblasted by 28-degree heat. Then we went up some steps into the nice air-conditioned terminal. Eventually, once we'd found the buses, we had to try and find the right one, which was easier said than done. Eventually, after finding the right bus, I got on board. Once I got off, I got some chocolate, then got back on a bus again. On this bus ride, I spent most of the time bouncing around in the back. Then I got off and headed straight back to the airport again. As Shorey Airport seems to be a bit of a construction site at the moment, it took a while to try and find the entrance. Then I got bored and did a bit more plane spotting again. Then we headed down to the gate to start boarding. So our aircraft for this flight is a 13.3-year-old 747-800. Then we had to listen to the boarding music once again before we could head back to Manchester. Eventually the safety briefing was played and we pushed back from the gate.
Specific to this aircraft type. Situé dans la zone opposée à car elle contient été dans le compartiment bagages supérieur ou sous le siège devant vous et il ne doit obstruer aucune allée ou sortie.
Now today's flight took us out of Shoreditch, heading up north over the Channel past London, then up to Manchester, heading over the Pennines for a landing on runway 23 right. Now the seat for today's flight is like the other seat with the advertisement at the top with the safety card and the tray table, which is a little bit of an older style, and the seats are a bit bulkier. But this aircraft flying for Ryanair and it being over 12 years old means that it shows a bit of wear and tear. Anyway, that didn't really matter because before long we decided our descent down into Manchester.
Please remain in your seat with your seatbelt securely fastened.
That's what I filmed. That was margarine, that landing.
So overall my experience with Ryanair has been pretty good, and for how much this flight costs, it's definitely been worth it. So I'd like to thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you can, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.